Hello, it is me back again in a video this time. It is me, and I'm very angry. The Hub Critic, back again with an NXT review. Second one I'm doing on this new current run of reviews, and yeah, I did try a narration for this video earlier and it went corrupt. I think it was due to lack of storage space, something like that. So along those lines, could not use it. And I had recorded about half of this review before realising that, kind of stopping it, and then going, huh, and then looking at it and going, yeah. So this one hopefully will not work on the same kind of bashing awfulness, but anyway, we're going to go get on with this review and get it done with. Hopefully it'll be around 20 minutes or so I'm planning for that, and yeah, we can keep that going, keep on the right track, and get on with it. Yeah. So this one was a really enjoyable show. Basically going in, it was the go-home show for WrestleMania, or no, Dallas, Takeover Dallas. It's not going to call it a pay-per-view, it's more of a live event type thing, type deal, but basically a very, very exciting show. Got a lot of build, a lot of big packages as you expect. NXT like to do these very, very right. And whoever does this again, I'm going to say they need a raise, because they are doing a great, great job with those video packages. Honestly, getting into the show, American Alpha competed in the first bit. I forgot to comment on this last week, but basically American Alpha are a tag team in the company, right, in NXT, and they have a cool little video package talking about their old amateur wrestling history. They kind of got into the business over a failed kind of sort of awesome relationship with amateur wrestling, where they kind of dominated for the last 10 years. Really, they've been there. One of them competed at the Olympics and failed, but ultimately didn't get the position, while the other had an undefeated season and then ultimately failed when it came to the championship match after that season. So they both had similar points where they did not succeed in some shape or respect, which means that this definitely kind of pulled up a lot of emotional tangency for them, but also it gave us a chance to root for them if we hadn't already. But also it's a team that I definitely did root from the very get-go, and so this team, for me, both members, they had a great respect for me already. So yeah, they did the job for me. Hopefully they do the job for you, because this team is a great, great team. Unlike the Revival, which I'll talk about in a sec. But honestly, this team, a team that are going to get a championship match at Dallas in 2 days against the Revival for that tag team championship. Hopefully they can win. And I know I'm not doing the predictions video just yet. I will be doing that in tomorrow, just before the event. But basically, guys, very excited for them, and hopefully they can win. Yay! That'll be a dream in a dream world, guys, or in hopefully a real world near me quite soon. Let's go. Yes, so a very, very enjoyable match they had early on. I'm talking about them this week, as they defeated Corey Hollis and John Scott. I'm just reading off the computer because I do not know their names, via pinfall, following their move Grand Amplitude, which is basically just a normal pickup, and then Chad Gable, one of the members, I do not remember the other member from I'm sorry, I will not be as unprofessional in the predictions video, but basically went down for that move with the lip lift up, and then Chad Gable hits the slam down back into that lift down with the bridge into a bridging pin. So yeah, it's a very basic move, but it's just the way they do it. It's just a speciality of this team that really made it go. I mean, to be honest, like, this team moves are not too spectacular, but just the way they do them, the strong style, it just makes everything look spectacular. So I think that's the magic of this team. I think they have that nailed down to a T. They can really make that work because of their stature once again, but also of their amazing work that they do in the ring. A very, very well done match there, and a very good win for them, leaning into their inevitable win, hopefully, at this pay-per-view. I can't explain enough how much I want them to win. So, I mean, if that puts it subtly enough, hopefully you got that. Moving on, Finn Balor gets a video package here, explaining that Sami Samoa Joe is obsessed with the wrong things, and that he will still be NXT champion after Dallas once he takes on Samoa Joe. That's the big, program we're working on with Samoa Joe and obviously the current champion Finn Balor. He's expressing from basically last week's Samoa Joe statement, where we heard Samoa Joe rail off about how he's going to take down Finn Balor, he's going to destroy him, he's going to plunge him into the depths of... Okay, no, he didn't say the fiery depths of hell. I was going to go there, but anyways, he didn't say that. But we heard how Finn Balor kind of counteracted these statements with some clever wit and dry attacks by saying, hey, verbally telling him, no, you're not going to do this. You were just obsessed with the wrong things, man. And, oh, brother, no Hogan at the moment. I don't know if I want to bring that up again. Let's not mention Hogan again. But anyways, he's saying how he's obsessed with the wrong things, how, I'm obsessed with winning, and how in this position, with so many title defenses, countless title defenses, I mean, guys, he's held a title since last year in that Beast in the East pay-per-view for 263 days. So that's a long freaking time, and hopefully he can hold that thing for a year. Talking about that for a sec. But he's obsessed with winning and how he really, really wants this. And honestly, I think he can do it. For the world and me, I don't know why he wouldn't. But definitely he's a person like holding the title for 100 days off a year. I mean, he can pretty much stretch down that to a year, and I think he can overtake Adrian Neville for the longest holding title holder. I believe he can go up to the main roster in his debut with that title to just add that so much more prestige to it. I know he's a guy that not necessarily needs the title all that much, but it definitely adds that prestige for NXT having him holding the title. It's not the title on the person, it's the person who holds the title, and obviously that rings true for Finn Balor. So bring up the men, he can definitely have a nice program on that main roster in his first one with that title, making his debut with that title. So I don't know, like John Cena with those United States Championship defenses, I would like to see something similar to that with Finn Balor and the NXT Championship on the main roster. I don't know, something about that seems kind of cool to me. And as NXT with the growing brand it is, they could possibly pull something like that and get away with it. I mean, Triple H is obviously has a good power play on Raw and stuff like that. So I don't know about that, but honestly, I could think I could do it. I think even if Shane McMahon takes over after WrestleMania, controversy, guys, but obviously being in the Undertaker match, controversy. But yeah, that could be an amazing thing where we could see that him compete on Raw from Shane McMahon desire. So yeah, Finn Balor, absolutely amazing. Love the guy, obviously, and would wish the world for him. And that's why, against Samoa Joe, I don't know, I think I might see go Trumps. I was talking about that in the predictions video, but still, he's hoping the best, being that typical face, saying, you know what, I dreamed this all my life, and I've worked for it so hard, and I'm at the position where I'm defending the title, and he's completely capable of doing that very, very easily. And how, you know what, has Samoa Joe really proved himself? Not really. He hasn't really beaten him, so that means that he's going to have to pull out something that we haven't seen him at all. So Samoa Joe is definitely on the lower hand here, and Finn Balor on the upper hand, because he has that, dominancy. So I think the Defender rules here state that, you know what, Samoa Joe has to prove a lot, and we have to see that. So yeah, there you go. That's basically the whole thing there. I basically explained most of it to you. So hopefully you kind of got that and understand that this is a big deal. Next match, Baron Corbin defeated some indie dork. It says in this, Mike Colari, I don't know who it is, but it's basically just a jobber, guys. He won via Deep Six, a move which is basically picks him up, throws him on his head over his shoulder, very impressive, just to show off his skill of strength, and then, yeah, defeated him, and then got angry at some of the crowd. Basically what happens, he looks at the crowd, sees someone, then hits an end of days, which is kind of his typical finish. In under 30 seconds, by the way, guys, he won the match. Still doing that old thing where he just wins incredibly quickly. Under 1 minute. It's this kind of dominancy thing. I don't know if he's just obsessed with doing that, or if he's just planning on pulling out every jobber across this country into it. And calling up every roster. Triple H finds a million jobbers, pulls him into NXT for a quick 6-month deal, and then just throws them out against Baron Corbin just to see how far they can fly. Yeah, so that happened, and it was pretty hilariously short, but anyways, just to show you that they don't have much for him, because this has been going on for months and months and months. I think it's kind of stupid, but anyway, I guess building up to Baron Corbin's match with the likes of Austin Aries. We saw a little bit of this beforehand, so I guess that kind of does build it up. I think later on, but actually, he basically compared him to Virgil, saying that, you know what, Austin Aries, I think this is a really good promo I should talk about, but basically, Austin Aries, you know that if you try and live up to me, you're going to fall short. And you know what, I am the dominancy in this NXT brand, and I'm absolutely the one and only here in this number one brand in the world. And how Austin Aries, you're just going to end up being in 1,500, a 500 crowd seater, under 500 probably, because some indie, and then also, you know, at conventions with signing photos, hoping people will remember you with Virgil, and I'm going to be the remembered one in this match, and how he's going to be the best. So I know Austin Aries, for me, he's a talent powerhouse. I honestly would trump him over Baron Corbin. So yeah, I think he's talking out of his ass there. But obviously a great promo, one of the best promos I've seen in a while, and definitely a great promo, best promo for Baron Corbin. A really nice promo. I mean, you can't fault his promo work. He's got that edge to him, and very intriguing to listen to, honestly. So I definitely kudos to the guy. I mean, seriously, brilliant, and yeah, he's enjoyable. And if it's enjoyable, then what's wrong with the guy? Nothing, obviously, nothing. But anyways, a really nice promo up there, and yeah, hyping up that match in beautiful style. And obviously I want to talk too much, because obviously predictions and stuff like that. But anyways, Shinsuke Nakamura getting a video package after this. Yeah. Let's talk about this one. I don't know how to say his name. It's not one of those Japanese names, just like Asuka from last week, where I just don't know how to say it. It's a really long name. I'm just going to call him Nakamura, okay? Yeah. He gets a video package. This guy was brought in, basically, guys, from Japan, I believe. And, obviously he's from Japan. He was picked off by William Regal, very happy with himself. Obviously Triple H puts it through William Regal, very happy with himself, and just completely chuffed with the pick. Obviously had his entrance in. I don't think he's had a match yet, but he did have his big arrival in the company. We had a lot of superstars here even talking about him, just giving the guy such praise, telling everybody that he's just the bee's knees, and how he's the King of Strong Style, he was the best. And you know how, you know, Kevin Owens on day one when he fought against him, never really a fan of him beforehand, but then going into a match with him and saying, I actually became an instant fan of this guy. So that's, if there isn't praise, that is ultimate praise. I mean, seriously, just to hear from someone like that as well, it's just honestly great. I know it's, you know, building up his actual character and stuff, and it's more on that side of things, but I think that seems to be legit for me. That seems to be real. I think that's coming straight from his heart, and that's real, you know, stuff. Saying, you wouldn't say about that just so candidly, would you? Honestly, I think that's a real piece of praise there. So I don't think anyone's speaking out of their ass at all here. So that's great to hear about such a newcomer in the company. I've never heard about him before, but I've seen even heard my friends say stuff about him. How he's great. So we're honestly going to have to look forward to that and see what we get from him, because you never know. He's competing against Sami Zayn. I don't know how this rivalry even came about. Something to do with something. That's honestly all I can say. To do with relations or whatever. I'm just excited about the match. Sami Zayn's going to have a pack card that, if you think about it, he's got 2 matches. I'll see later on that weekend. He's got WrestleMania 32 gig with Kevin Owens and someone else in a 3-way. I don't know who else it is, but it's someone else. But still, very, very excited, and yeah, very excited. So I think, yeah, Shinsuke Nakamura making a big impact even on his entrance, even after not even competing in a match yet. So yeah, very excited for that. No Way Jose teaser we got it last week. It's sort of the things they do before even giving the superstars a video package. Sort of a similar thing that we saw earlier with the likes of a video hacker. I don't know who the hell he is, but he was that guy that we talked about a couple of months ago. He basically got built up like a skyscraper early on with those big build-up, and then the perfect example of build-up with no payoff. You can probably remember the guy. He was that steampunk type guy dressed with the big leather jacket and always backstage, doing stuff, and then coming out and acting like a complete fool of himself. He did make a complete fool of himself. One of the big early fails, I guess you could say, big disasters that the NXT unraveled. Probably the first big one I can remember in recent history. Maybe one of the first, I don't know, but I think it could have been. Just a failed gimmick. The wrestler himself is pretty alright, but the image just didn't work. Early on, he might have had a little bit of heat just from that weird kind of way he was brought in, but honestly, that was the only thing that he had going for him at that point with that gimmick. And yeah, you know how some things just don't work out. That just really did not work out. It was just a kind of a fail, honestly. So, I mean, thinking about him, thinking about how that could honestly go wrong for a guy like No Way Jose, even that just sounds completely Adam Rose to me, completely in that genre of really you're going there. It's just we already have we already have the likes of fit Husky Harris lookalike big baby guy, can't even remember his name, that big lad. Bull Dempsey, we already have him. We don't need another Bull Dempsey, okay? And Adam Rose just annoys the hell out of me. So anybody like that just gets at me. It's a big gut punch, honestly. So please do not give us that. That is what I'm simply asking to the people in NXT. Just give yourself a break and don't do that. I don't want to see it, and I don't care for it. I don't know if I've mentioned much about the Revival, the tag team, but basically a very fun tag team. Not really, no. I'm just going to talk about them in relation to American Alpha. I should have talked about them earlier. I just said Alcohol Anonymous. American Alpha. Yeah, the Revival are the tag team. They're taking on a very boring tag team in my opinion. I know if I just commented on this earlier, but I will talk about them predictions actually. I'll save that predictions, but anyways, yeah. The Revival is a tag team I don't care about. I don't know why I just popped that in the middle of the sentence there. But anyways, moving on. No Way Jose is coming soon. Don't know what it means. It's sort of a party gimmick. That's why I just had to associate it with Adam Rose, but also associating it with annoying tag team I really hate, which is the Revival. And they get a hype video after this, actually. So I basically might just mention them for a bit and saying, yeah, they're the tag team championships. That's what we have to live for, okay? I think I talked about them earlier, I'm not sure. But anyways, hey, we got a recap of Samoa Joe's assault of Bull Dempsey last week. Dempsey promised to stand up for the bully Joe tonight, and we're going to see that at a match tonight, guys. Exciting, I don't know. Bull Dempsey is a big loser, and by that I mean not the TV show, I mean he loses a lot. So this one is like a no-brainer coming into this match, isn't it? In the main event, obviously he's going to lose against Samoa Joe, who's being built up. It's the go-home show before his title match with Finn Balor, obviously, guys. This is just booking kind of, it's one of those big jobber bookings that you never see in Raw, but you always see in NXT. Yeah, but I kind of like the booking for some reason. Yeah, it just appeals to me. And it's fun the way they do it. They actually have backstory towards this, because obviously you saw the Samoa Joe tag Dempsey in his match last week, and he definitely wants something naturally from that. Before we get to that, Apollo Crews defeated Alex Riley via pinfall in the Toss Powerbomb. It's a fun little move he had going on. Again, these finishers, I just have a problem with them. They're quite average, but the way he did it again, very strong and great. And again, Alex Riley hit a clothesline, I believe. Then we saw Apollo Crews get back into the match, bump up, and completely take down Alex Riley from the ground up. Yeah, this one was a good, fun one. Apollo Crews is a guy who is always smiling, always has a smile on his face. I don't know if I talked about him before, but a great little face to have. And he always seems to do faces really, really well. I don't know how I talked about it before, but yeah, he's a great face. He absolutely Love the guy, and yeah, had made a great showing for himself here. It was my first time seeing him, and absolutely alive and energetic, as you would expect from him, but absolutely strong as hell. And the most fun wrestler, I think, on the NXT roster at the moment to watch. Absolutely, don't have to explain further than that. Just really, really fun to watch, guys. So go and look for him. What we see later on is Baron Corbin promised to send Austin Aries to convention signing. Yeah, I did comment on that. We got a video package, hyping up Asuka versus Bayley. Naturally, I'll be talking about that in the predictions. And also Sami Zayn interview, where he acknowledges his main event role and reputation as the heart and soul of NXT. Also did comment on that, and how he's not going to let Nakamura make a name at his expense. Getting into the main event, guys, just to harp back on other stuff, I will talk about that later in the predictions, and don't fret if I haven't mentioned something. Samoa Joe taking on Bull Dempsey, and obviously he beats him via submission. It's the Coquina Clutch. It's a weird little word there, but it's some Hawaiian, possibly Samoan thing. I know he's from Samoa, so probably something to do with that, and the kind of style of wrestling he's doing. He defies General Manager William Regal after the match by continuing to hold on to the Coquina lock. And yeah, he basically just lets it out there. The wrestlers come out after about a minute of trying. He finally is pulled off. And then we see, eventually guys, because I mean this is 2 minutes later, I think this is kind of a fail. But anyway, William Regal comes out, kind of looking stunned, waiting for the prompt for Finn Balor, who inevitably just, I guess he was just having a bit of keratin in the back, or a bit of protein in the background, just bulking up his abs, or chiseling away at the abs in the background, and didn't wait for his cue in time or something. It felt a little bit long, a bit elongated, I think, but not really, because Finn Balor soon was out, and he was attacking Samoa Joe for a solid 3 minutes of fun little combat. I like the Coquina Clutch. It's just a nice take on the whole build up by having an attack before the main event kind of thing that they always do for these live events that we have all the time. So that was a fun little take on that. The way it was just like the heel out there before the face comes out for the attack. It's kind of sometimes the opposite ways, but it's both ways. But the build up to it were cool, and also the payoff with the move into the announce tables into Corey Graves, who obviously is a trained wrestler, so they would do that on Corey Graves, not Tom Phillips. That would be poor Tom Phillips. He gets thrown over, Finn Balor completely throws over the table. I mean, the way Samoa Joe just throws him completely over the table, crazy stuff. And then, of course, Finn Balor gets up on the table and then goes for the big move onto Samoa Joe, jumps halfway across the stadium, basically landing a large elbow on him. He also goes for a Pele kick, or footballer kick as they like to call it, and lands it from the apron onto him, which is a crazy move. Anyways, it looked awesome, and all the stuff that happened, really, really awesome, guys. Thank you guys for watching. This has been me. Very enjoyable show. I'll also be talking about a lot of the other build, a lot of stuff, all the wrestlers on this thing, and mentioned in the last 2 episodes. I'll be doing a kind of overview of it, I guess, in the predictions before the Dallas show, which will be very fun. It's, these shows are quite long, they're quite in-depth and great to watch, and so yeah, just a really, really fun show in a big packed out arena. It's very good fun. So yeah, I'll be talking about that in Dallas review as well. So I'll be doing the predictions review 1 day after each other, I'm guessing, so that would probably be Monday, actually, crazy enough, or actually no, it'll be a couple of days afterwards. So it will be probably Saturday, because obviously it's the Friday show, and then the WrestleMania 32 review will be coming up the following weekend. So there'll be a bit of a gap between those, but the NXT review is coming up very, very soon. So the predictions and the all coming up to the weekend, and the review. So that'll be fun. Subscribe, comment below, share your favourite for more, and obviously support me in all ways you possibly can. Thank you guys very much. Comment on the show. What do you think of it? Was it good? Was it bad? I thought it was a very, very strong show. Even more improved than last week. The video packages, yeah, more of the same of last week, but still, it kept on with building up a lot of different. Obviously, all the champions. That's the main thing for the Dallas show. They want to keep them all strong, and they definitely did that in a strong way to keep them all strong. Possibly a better main event last week. Obviously, this one was a lot shorter. But once again, the star moment from this one had to be the that like package with Baron Corbin. Very surprising how well he did in the promo there, actually. So Baron Corbin was very, very good. To comment on anything else, maybe, possibly, yeah, I don't know if I can bring up anything else. But anyway, honestly, a great show. Finn Balor and Samoa Joe looking ultimately both pretty strong. They both had the same amount of offense, and it was a really, really enjoyable one. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. What do I always say at the end of mine? Yeah, see ya, have a good time, and I'll see you all in the next one. See you later. See you later, guys.